Thank you, Charles. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here to participate in your annual meeting. I'd also like to thank the members tonight who are watching the annual meeting via our live video streaming that we have this year for the first year. As we gather here tonight for your annual meeting in this wonderful facility, state-of-the-art technology, go with me for a minute back to 1937. The year this electric cooperative was formed. Our country was going through the Great Depression. At the height of that depression, 13 million Americans were unemployed, banks were failing, people found themselves standing in soup lines just to get some food for their families. Where you and I live today, as members of Lake Region Electric Cooperative, there was no central station power, no central station electricity available. Why? Because the power companies weren't willing to build those power lines out into the countryside to serve the people in the rural areas. So people at the local level right here came together to form their own electric cooperative, a cooperative that they would own and a cooperative that would be built to serve them, to fulfill their hopes and dreams, to build those power lines out into the countryside so they too could have the benefits of electricity to make their lives easier and better and to improve their quality of life, and they did it. As we sit here today, again, in this comfortable environment, you think about 1937, it seems like everything has changed, and it certainly has changed a lot. But the most important things have not changed. Our founders established a local democracy, where back in the day, when they formed this cooperative, just like we do today, we come together at the grassroots level, at district meetings, at annual meetings, to nominate and elect from the membership leaders to be on the Lake Region Electric Cooperative Board of Directors. In addition, the other thing that hasn't changed since those early days of the cooperative, your board of directors sits around that big board table in the boardroom at the local headquarters, just like they did back in the day, and makes decisions on your behalf that's in your best interest, trying to figure out what's best for the co-op. How can we grow the co-op? How can we make it stronger? And how can the members benefit more from that cooperative? The founders put in place a local democracy that has stood the test of time and serves members well because the board of directors make decisions that are in the best interest of you, the member owners of the cooperative. One of the best ways we can gauge feedback from our members for the board to make good decisions is through our member surveys that we do with members. Last year, when we asked the question to the membership for feedback, overall, how satisfied are you with Lake Region Electric Cooperative? On a scale from 1 to 10, we scored an 8.75, and that's the range we've been hovering in the last few years. Very pleased with that score. But the most important part of that feedback that we get from our members is the actual comments that they give us. And typically those comments center around keeping our electric rates as low as we can, keeping the lights on, and more members are talking to us about bringing on more renewable energy. So what I'd like to spend my time talking about this evening is what we're doing with our rate stability plan to keep your rates as stable as we can. Talk about we've got some exciting projects to announce tonight that's going to improve the reliability over the long term for Lake Region Electric. And we're going to celebrate tonight a new renewable energy project that came online here in March of this year. Charles mentioned it. It's the Lake Region Community Hybrid Project. It's a wind turbine and a solar farm together that came online in March. And we got a nice video we want to show to you later in the presentation. And we have a gentleman from General Electric here that we want to thank and recognize tonight for their involvement in that project.